Ladies and gentlemen, Madonna's life on Wikipedia. Okay, so I don't own any rights to Wikipedia. This is something that was written about her on Wikipedia. I own none of the rights. I'm just going to read it to you guys, okay? So 1958 to 1978, early life, Madonna Louise Ciccone was born on August 16 in 1958 in Bay City, Michigan, to Catholic parents, Madonna Louise and Silvio Anthony Tony Ciccone. Her father's parents were Italian immigrants from Picentro, while her mother was of French-Canadian descent. Tony Ciccone worked as an engineer designer for Chrysler and General Motors. Since Madonna had the same name as her mother, family members called her Little Noni. She later adopted Veronica as a confirmation name when she was confirmed in the Catholic Church in 1966. Madonna was raised in the Detroit suburbs of Pontiac and Avon Township, now Rochester Hills, alongside her two older brothers, Anthony and Martin, and three younger siblings, Paula, Christopher, and Melanie. Months before her mother died of breast cancer, on December 1st, 1963, which is awful, obviously, Madonna noticed changes in her behavior and personality. Although she did not understand the reason, her mother was at least at a loss to explain her medical condition and often began to cry when Madonna questioned her about it. Madonna later acknowledged that she had not grasped the concept of mother dying. Madonna turned to her paternal grandmother, for solace. The Ciccone siblings resented housekeepers and rebelled against anyone brought into their home who they thought would try to take the place of their beloved mother, because she was so good, darling. Terrified that her father, Tony, could be taken from her as well, Madonna was often unable to sleep unless she was near him. In 1966, Tony married the family's housekeeper, Joan Gustafson. They had two children, Jennifer and Mario. Madonna resented her father for getting remarried and began rebelling against him, which strained their relationship for many years afterwards. Madonna attended St. Frederick's and St. Andrew's Catholic elementary schools and West Middle School. Madonna was known for her high grade point average and achieved notoriety for her unconventional behavior, darling. She would perform cartwheels and handstands in the hallway between classes, dangle by her knees from the monkey bars during recess, and pull up her skirt during class, all so that the boys could see her. I can't even say the word, darling. Madonna later told Vanity Fair that she had saw herself in her youth as a lonely girl who was searching for something. I wasn't rebellious in a certain way. I cared about being good at something. I didn't shave my underarms, and I didn't wear makeup like normal girls do, but I studied and got good grades. I wanted to be somebody. Madonna's father put her in classical piano lessons, but she later convinced him to allow her to take ballet lessons. Christopher Flynn, her ballet teacher, persuaded her to pursue a career in dance. She later attended Rochester Adams High School, where she became a straight-A student and a member of the cheerleading squad. After graduating, she received a dance scholarship to the University of Michigan and studied over the summer at American Dance Festival in Durham, North Carolina. In 1978, Madonna dropped out of college and relocated to New York City, darlings. She said of her move to New York, it was the first time I'd ever taken a plane, the first time I'd ever gotten into a taxi cab. I came here with $35 in my pocket. It was the hardest and bravest thing she'd ever done. She found an apartment in the Alphabet City neighborhood of East Village. She had little money while working at Dunkin' Donuts with modern dance troupes, taking classes at Alvin Alley American Dance Theater, and eventually performing with Pearl Lang Dance Theater. She also studied dance under the tutelage of Martha Graham, the noted American dancer and choreographer. Madonna started to work as a backup dancer for other established artists. One night while returning from a rehearsal, a pair of men held her at knife point and forced her to perform. Okay, obviously it's awful. She later found the incident to be a taste of my weaknesses. It showed me that I still could not save myself in spite of all the strong girl show. I could never forget it. It's obviously awful. 1979-1985, career beginnings. Madonna like a virgin in her first marriage. Alright, in 1979, Madonna became romantically involved with the musician Dan Gilroy shortly after meeting him. She successfully auditioned to perform in Paris with French disco artist Patrick Hernandez as a backup singer and dancer. During her 3 months while Hernandez trouped, she also traveled to Tunisia before returning to New York in August 1979. Madonna moved into an abandoned synagogue where Gilroy lived and rehearsed in Corona, Queens. Together they formed her first band, the Breakfast Club, for which Madonna sang and played drums and guitar. While with the band, Madonna briefly worked as a coat check girl at the Russian Theater and made her acting debut in the low-budget indie film, A Certain Sacrifice, which she wasn't releasing until 1985. In 1980, Madonna left the Breakfast Club with drummer Stephen Bray, who was her boyfriend in Michigan. They formed the band Emmy and the Emmys. They rekindled their romance and moved into the music building in Manhattan. The two began writing songs together, and they recorded a 4-song demo tape in November 1980, darlings. But soon after, Madonna decided to promote herself as a solo artist. In March 1981, Camille Bourbon, who ran Gotham Records in music building, signed Madonna to a contract with Gotham and worked as her manager until February 1982. Madonna frequented nightclubs to get disc jockeys to play her demo. DJ Mark Carmen's at Danza Terraria took an interest in her music and they began dating. Carmen's arranged a meeting with Madonna, and Seymour Stein, the president of Sire Records, a subsidiary of Warner Brothers Records, Madonna signed a deal for a total of 3 singles with an option for an album. Karen's producer's debut single, Everybody, which was released in October 1982. In December 1982, Madonna performed the song live for the first time at Danceteria. She made her first television appearance performing Everybody on Dancing on Air in January 1983. In February 1983, she promoted the single with the nightclub performances in the United Kingdom. Her second single, Burnin' Up, was released in March 1983. Those singles reached number 3 on Billboard magazine Hot Dance Club charts. During this period, Madonna was in a relationship with artist Jean-Michel Michel Basquiat, and living at his loft in Soho. Basquiat introduced her to an art curator, Diego Cortez, who managed some punk bands and co-founded the Mud Club. Madonna invited Cortez to be her manager, but he declined. Following the success of the single, Warner Brothers hired Reggie Lucas to produce her self-titled debut album Madonna. However, Madonna was dissatisfied with the tracks and disagreed with Lucas' production techniques, so she decided to seek additional help. She asked John Jellybean Benitez, the resident DJ at the Funhouse, to help finish the album. Production and a romance ensued. Benitez remixed most of the tracks and produced Holiday, which was her first international top 10 song. The album was released in July 1983 and peaked at number 8 at the Billboard 200. It yielded 2 top 10 singles at the Billboard Top 100, Borderline and Lucky Star. In the fall of 1983, Madonna's new manager, Freddie McDickman, secured a meeting with her and her film producer, John Peters, who asked her to play the part of a club singer in romantic drama Vision Quest, darlings. In January 1984, Madonna gained more exposure by performing on American bands and on Top of the Pops. In January 1984, her image, performances, and music videos includes women and girls. Madonna's style became one of the female fashion trends in the 1980s, created by stylist and jewelry designer Mara Poole. Consisted of lace-top skirts over capri pants, fishnet stockings, jewelry bearing the crucifix, bracelets, and bleached hair. Madonna's popularity continued to rise globally with the release of her second album, Like a Virgin, in November 1984. It became her first #1 album in Germany, Italy, and the Netherlands, New Zealand, Spain, and the UK and US. Like a Virgin became the first album by a female to sell over 5 million copies in the US. It was later certified diamond by Recording Industry Association of America, and has sold over 21 million copies worldwide. I'll read the second part to this part here in the next video, darling. Goodbye.